So today I'm excited to be checking out the brand new Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Le Parfum. Still have it here in the box. I'm going to open this one up, give you my first impressions, just give you a brief rundown on how it smells, what notes stick out the most to me, and also just a comparison to the original Bad Boy. And we'll just cover all that here today. In a future video, I'll go over performance and everything like that after I have some time to test this one. Honestly, I was pretty excited to have this one in and to be able to smell it here because while I don't really like the original Bad Boy, the note breakdown and everything about this one looks promising. Looks like it might not be half bad, so I'm excited to check this one out. If you guys have tried this one, let me know down below in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys think. And if you want to grab one for yourself, I will link it down below to Macy's. That's where I got this one. Just paid full retail so I could get it in and check it out for you guys. So let's pop this one open and see how it smells. So I do want to point out one thing on the box. I don't normally go over presentation, but they said here on the front, it's so good to be bad. Right there above Le Parfum. They just had to throw that in there. It's so good to be bad. So just letting you guys know that it's great to be bad. It's really good to be bad. So I just wanted to make sure you guys saw that on the box. It's right there in front. You know, there you go. Can you tell I'm not the biggest fan of the line? I mean, there's only two of them. The original, I just didn't like that much in terms of scent. Didn't even really like the name that much. In the bottle, yeah, not the biggest fan either. I will say the Le Parfum bottle does look better than the original one. Nice matte black. If you hold it up to the light, you might be able to see the level of the fragrance, but I don't know for sure. I'd have to look. But I don't mind it. These are just kind of finicky to stack. It's kind of like the Bulgari Aqua bottles where, you know, they're a water droplet. They're kind of hard to stack. They take up a lot of room. This is kind of like those, although maybe a bit more tacky. So enough rambling and enough of me dissing the fragrance. Let's go ahead and spray this one. Atomizer's up top. You just push it down like that. Really good, strong atomizer from this one, so that's always nice. And let's see what this is all about here. So, opens up sweet. Sweet, a little bit green, a little bit herbal. Now, I know that this one has a cannabis note in here. Right off the bat, I'm not picking up on it yet. It just has like a bubblegummy sweet opening. I'm going to go ahead and throw this one on skin and we'll test it that way. Atomizer is actually really nice. I do like that. I think it's one that you can control a little bit. Maybe not. You can see that. Yeah, it does get the job done. So on skin, you do get a bit more of an aromatic, herbal green touch. And definitely on skin, I do get the cannabis note, but it's the cannabis mixed with leather. So it kind of gives off a touch of an animalic feel. And that is mostly going to be coming from the leather. It's animalic. The black pepper is coming through right away. So it's that black pepper, leather, cannabis mixture. The cannabis is not like a skunky or really too strong of a cannabis. It's a green herbal cannabis on the lighter side. But you are getting a mixture of black pepper and leather. And it's kind of a combination where it does give it a bit of a stank almost, like a bit of an animalic touch. You know, that pepper really does come through. It's spicy, it's sharp. Some people may smell this and they may kind of be like, oh, you know, that's kind of strong. But for me, I like that because I like something different. I like something that's going to be like nothing I've ever smelled before. And while I don't expect that from designer brands, you know, you are getting something here that's a bit different. And for me, right off the bat, this one is separating itself from the original, which is off to a good start. So I will go ahead and read off the note breakdown for you guys. Up top, we have cannabis and grapefruit. In the mid, we have geranium, black pepper. In the base, we have vetiver and leather. So pretty simplistic here. And I did touch on most of those notes already. I'm letting this one dry down on my hand as I go on here. And it is starting to mellow out a little bit. You're still getting that pepper. You're still getting that spicy kick. But it is starting to smooth out. The geranium is coming in, and the geranium kind of adds to that green touch as well. Geranium can sometimes give off a mintiness, and that kind of adds to just this cooling freshness that you get out of this one. So it's cooling fresh, it's a touch animalic from the leather, and it's got that and it's got that spicy black pepper in here. And then it kind of works in a nice green herbal cannabis note in here. Again, it's not too strong, and it's not anything that's going to be overdoing it to wear out in public or to the workplace or anything like that, because I know that is a concern that people have. It's pretty subdued. Just gives it a nice aromatic green herbalness all the way around. So when I was looking on Fragrantica before doing this, I saw that this was already getting compared to another fragrance out there, and that of course is Black Afghano, and that's 100% because this has cannabis and this has cannabis, and you know, this is the only cannabis fragrance out there in the world, so immediately that must mean that because this one has cannabis, it smells like this one. Of course, I'm being 100% sarcastic. I don't see the comparison here. Black Afghano has a lot of oud, has a lot of incense. It's very rich and very heavy. It's actually one of my favorite niche fragrances, and especially one of my favorites from Nascimento. But comparing it to Le Parfum Bad Boy, man, they are pretty much worlds apart, other than they both have a little bit of an herbal cannabis. So I wanted to make you aware of that. If you were thinking that you could grab this one at a discount in the future and have an alternative to Nascimento Black Afghano at a cheaper price, this isn't going to be the one. But it does have a really, really nice and unique smell. I'm impressed. On paper, I was not impressed, and that's why immediately I'm like, okay, I got to switch over to skin and try this one, because this has to be better than what I was smelling on paper. And you saw there from my initial reaction. On paper, it was bubblegummy and sweet. I wasn't getting the black pepper. I wasn't getting the leather. It was just kind of, boring. And when I sprayed it on skin, immediately everything came to life, and that's when it started to get interesting. And again, going back to the original Bad Boy, this one is quite a bit different. On paper, sure, it has that sweetness and that boring kind of a bubblegummy touch, what could be similar to the original, but get this one on skin and it will open up and smell completely different for the better. So that's something I always tell you guys, make sure you try these on skin, and that's why I like to try it on paper and on skin in these videos, just to give you both, because a lot of people will go off paper only in a department store when they're doing sampling, and they'll be completely misled. A lot of you could miss out on a really good fragrance if you tried it on paper and wrote it off as boring, because I would have done the same thing. But once you get it on skin, it does come to life. That leather really opens up in here. The nice vetiver mixture, giving it a somewhat of a dry woodiness. Of course, that herbal cannabis smells great, kind of cooling along with the geranium. The cannabis geranium, I think, is giving it that cooling, minty, menthol herbalness that this one has. And then, of course, you get that black pepper, really giving it a nice spicy kick when you first spray it on. That really gets your attention. And really for me, it's that black pepper, leather, cannabis mixture right off the bat when you spray it that makes this one stand out and smell completely different than most other fragrances out there on the market right now. Really, I mean, this is pretty good right off the opening, and even as it's drying down here, it's staying pretty consistent and smelling really nice. So while the original Bad Boy was a complete letdown for me, this Le Parfum is really pretty solid. I have to give it to them. I mean, they really stepped it up here with this one. It's not my favorite release of this year so far, but it's definitely better than quite a few of the other ones that I've tried so far. I think this one will be great for springtime. So right now, really good spring scent for that green, kind of aromatic herbal touch that it has. It'll be great in fall as well. Could also work in wintertime, although I would probably choose something different. And also, summer nights, this one might not be a bad choice, maybe for an evening out or something along those lines. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. My first impressions on Bad Boy Le Parfum. Surprisingly, really, really good. I would definitely say to get your hands on this one, even if you were like me and you did not like the original Bad Boy. You don't like the name, you don't like the bottle, you didn't like the smell, give this one a shot, because this is impressive. Again, the name, the bottle, it's not my favorite, but you know what? The scent is pretty good, and I can live with it. It'll work. So guys, that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts on this one down below. And if you do want to grab a bottle for yourself at full retail, but it is what we can do right now, that link to Macy's will be down below. That is where I got mine, and they, of course, always ship fast. And you can get samples and other things for free in your cart as well, which is one cool perk of ordering stuff at retail. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.